Hello again. Welcome to Top 100 Greatest Movies Ever Made according to two random guys. We have now listed 10 movies of our list. So we're going to the
80s?
90s and 80s. Okay, first one, 90.
Before we start, just to remind everyone, I mean, we haven't scripted any of this. We haven't planned beforehand. I have no idea what he's going to mention. He has no idea what I'm going to mention. We just talk off the top of our heads. And that's why everything we say doesn't count for shit.
I spent the last week writing this stuff down. The Thing.
Ooh, you bastard. You stole that from me. Oh.
Yeah. Obviously, the 82 remake of the first film
Like
made
from
in
the
the 50s.
What are you about? No, but go ahead and open it.
John Carpenter's easily best movie he's done.
Very much so.
And one of Kurt Russell's greatest movies, not necessarily his greatest performances.
My move. Rook to knight 6. Checkmate. Checkmate.
Cheating bitch.
No,
But one of his greatest films.
Yeah. One of the top horror movies of all time.
Yes, and it's rare in the 80s to see a film that depends so much on the paranoia and the unknown.
Yeah, definitely.
How you doing, old boy?
I don't know who to trust.
I know what you mean, Blair. Trust's a tough thing to come by these days. Tell you what, why don't you just trust in the Lord?
Watch Clark.
What?
I said watch Clark. And watch him close. Do you hear me?
I mean, it's an amazingly well made. Was it Phil Tippett who did the effects?
Rob Bottin.
Rob Bottin, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Rob Bottin. I think Phil Tippett was there at some point.
Yeah. But the special effects and the creature effects, I mean, this is a creature feature like no other. I mean, usually when you watch those, you know, Monster from the Black Lagoon or the Blob or some shit like that, you know, you have a creature that has a shape or a form in some regard. It always looks the same. But with the Thing, it's a thing. It has no shape. It's always changing. It might be you. It might be me. It might be the dog.
Yeah.
You know, it's so, like, and that's what feeds that paranoia.
Yeah.
Because things happen in that movie that defy logic. I mean, should we spoil it? I mean, the whole...
Yeah, we're gonna spoil a 35-year-old film now, so...
Yeah, so...
Beware.
The operation scene, but the...
Yeah.
That whole part, oh my god.
Yeah, when I first saw that as a little kid, it, you know, knocked me on my ass. It was so terrifying. Nobody's done that sort of effect before, or that kind of a shocker body horror thing before. And it was a really, really terrifying and scary scene to watch.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
One of the best things of that movie is that it's so drenched in 80s Cold War paranoia.
Very much.
But it's not, you know, like America rah-rah. It's not,
No.
you know, it's not taking sides. It's just saying something about the prevailing world of that time.
I mean, for example, I mean, it has that Cold War paranoia, but I'd be surprised if, at the time, someone from the Soviet Union would watch that film and see themselves as the alien. No, they'd see themselves just as easily as the survivors and the alien as the American horrible thing trying to eat everyone.
Yeah.
And vice versa. I mean, this was a totally universal horror film.
Except for the Norwegians. They were dead. So, if you're a Norwegian watching that movie, you'd stop during the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, don't watch the rest of the movie. It doesn't really shine you in a good light.
Yeah, watch the sequel of the remake, the prequel of the remake.
The pre-sequel.
Yeah, which is called The Thing.
As well.
Yeah, for some strange
Well,
reason.
I guess they couldn't call it Things. With the S backwards, so it's a 2.
We're gonna, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna show you that. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Like the S being S, but it flips.
It flips, exactly. Yes. And then you'll have how the poster has that one guy?
Yeah.
And then it goes there's 2 guys holding hands or something,
Where are you taking these
I don't know, man.
Where are you taking this thing?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the effects are great. The setting is magnificent. The chilling winter setting. It feels as hostile as the thing itself.
Yeah.
And all those great fucking actors, man. Like Kurt Russell and Keith David and Wilford Brimley, giving up excellent performance in that movie. And this bearded dude, Richard Masur or something like that. But all these great actors, doing their damnedest to make this movie work, and it does so good. It's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Skip the original 50s one. That was only Cold War, communist outer movie. It's so clear that they're talking about Russians in that movie.
Yeah, that's not drive-in theater kind of beware the nukes, they'll kill you.
Yeah, and it's not a good movie.
No.
But this 82's The Thing, after possibly Alien, the best creature movie ever made.
Yeah, I keep The Thing in I usually kind of collect my movies into kind of types of movies that remind me of certain book series, for example. And this one goes into my H.P. Lovecraft collection because it reminds me of The Mountains of Madness. And it's a bunch of scientists go into the Antarctic. They find a ancient civilization where there's a giant monster thing there, and they all go crazy. It's.
I haven't read that.
You should read it. It's very, very good. But Call of Cthulhu, all that stuff. I mean, H.P. Lovecraft created him, and I, this is one of those movies that really brings that wonderful feeling of you're gonna go mad before you die.
Yeah,
that stuff.
Yeah. It's totally very close to those type of horror.
Yeah, and it holds up today.
Books and movies.
Amazingly well.
Yeah, because it's all done on set. The creatures are all done on the set, unlike the prequel, sequel, remake.
Yeah,
which has had CGI monsters put on top of the original on-set effects.
And it treats the audience with respect.
Fuck you too!
All right. So 89.
89.
The Last Starfighter.
Oh, yeah.
All right. This movie is very special to me because when I remember the first time I saw it was
which year was it made? 87? 86?
86, 87, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And I remember I saw it on, like I didn't see it in the movies, of course, I was around 7. But I saw it on rental in the States. And I think my dad bought it from Toys R Us or something, and we took it home. And this cassette disappeared, and I don't know where it disappeared to. And it became this kind of magical cassette because I remember then at school, I would tell all my friends, because back then in the 80s, if you remember, in Finland at least, movies would take around 4 or 5 years to reach our shores, and they would be heavily edited. So you would have like a movie like Die Hard, which would come out in, what was it, 89 or something?
It came out 89, but I got it...
like 93 or...
No, I got it at 89. You know, I got it as a birthday gift.
Everyone has connections back then, but most of the time you'd have to go to your rental place and it would come out, 2 or 3 years later.
Yeah, I didn't see Roger Rabbit, like in 3 years when it came.
I mean, they would come a year after into the movie theaters alone. So, I mean, it was great when you would go to the States, you could get a movie, bring it back before it even reached the movie theaters in Finland. Anyway, I digress. This videotape disappeared. And I would tell all my friends that there's this movie about this kid who plays a video game, like, controller. And he gets so good that the people come in and they say he's an actual starfighter and he gets thrown into space. And then he has to defend the Earth against an alien armada. And it has like really insane special effects because it used computer generated effects.
Yeah, and I think Star Trek Wrath of Khan was, like one of the first movies that used CGI in a similar way.
Yeah, apart from Tron, of course, but
apart from Tron, yes, but
yeah, this had like actual entire, space battles done in CGI. I mean, this was on scene before.
Yeah,
and it was like kick-ass, and it was cool too because it kind of reminded you of the game as well. Anyway, I would tell all my friends, and everyone's like, "Nah, that movie doesn't exist. It's not real." It was like, what kind of movie is there? Like, that's too awesome to exist. To have, you playing a video game and then you get sent to space. And then I would find this cassette somehow. It would just appear in a beam of light right there where it was supposed to be. And then I would show, like, one friend, because the other friends would be sick or whatever. And then I'd show him, and he'd be like, I didn't know. It's like they touched God or something. And then we'd go back to school, and then he'd be like, yeah, I saw this movie. And no one would believe him because, like, there's now 2 of us who are explaining that we've seen this film. It's great.
Sort of similar thing happened to me with that movie because I have never ever heard of that movie before. And it was a Saturday afternoon. I was watching the local TV station and this movie came on. And I'd never heard of this movie.
This was 3 weeks ago.
Yes. I'm a little late to the party. Yeah. But yeah, I saw this film and I didn't know what movie it was. And, like, to see those special effects and see this awesome, science fiction fantasy movie that I haven't heard from. It was, like, when I saw it, I went to the school and I was, what the fuck is this? Why nobody told me about this movie? What is this? What is this movie? And a few years went by, like, that I've seen that movie on my own, and it seemed that nobody knew of this film except me. And I was going, like, insane, like, does this movie actually exist?
Yeah, was it a fever dream?
Yeah, I know.
No, but, like, that movie has so many, like, quotable lines in it that, of course, I mean, a lot of people have now seen the film. And, like, greetings, Starfighter, you have been recruited by the Star League to defend the nations against the Kordan Armada or something like that. It's great. And then the music by Craig Safan, which is so wonderful. I love it.
It's cheesy, but it's great.
I love it. I listen to it in the shower,
Craig
man.
Safan
I feel like a hero.
Is amazing. The unsung hero of the 80s.
Yeah.
Like, his score for Last Starfighter and Remo Williams are both fantastic.
Yeah. But it's one of those movies, I mean, especially with that music, when you listen to the main theme, and it's this, and the theme, basically the leitmotif, I guess, for the main character is, like, the escape from his shitty life living in a trailer park, not amounting to anything. He wants to escape, and then he gets the ultimate escape, and he doesn't want to go. I mean, this follows by the book the hero's journey.
Yeah.
And finally he takes his destiny and he fights, and one of those rare movies where you really want to be that kid. You just like, I wish I was that kid. I wish that would have happened to me.
Yeah. We all wanted that in the 80s.
I want a creepy old man to drive up with his car and offer a crazy opportunity to come in, and then there's a clone of me, and no, maybe not that. But the guy who picks him up is, of course,
oh God, what?
The guy from Pennies from Heaven, I think, or Victor Victoria, I think.
Yeah, this great old actor who's going to show up here.
This guy.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
Dazzling.
But
he's amazing.
Yeah, and but when he's an alien, he's the blue alien from Star Wars, the bounty hunter guy.
Yeah,
it is. It's and yeah, it's great. I mean, as a kid, of course, when I saw it for the first time, I thought like, this is Star Wars as well. They the same aliens, same space, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And later on, of course, you realize it's all different universe and stuff.
Yeah.
But wonderful film.
Wonderful film, and the design on that fucking ship.
Oh yeah,
Oh
the
my
Starfighter,
God.
the Death Blossom.
Death Blossom, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a teenage girl's troubling you.
First night.
Yeah, first night out.
Yeah.
With an old guy in a van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. But it does have one of the best lines in any movie that a bad guy says, and I hope this is one of those I will forgive any writer who will put this into a space film, where the bad guy general or fleet admiral, when their massive spaceship is starting to create in flames as the starfighter strafes by it, blowing shit up, and they're about to hit the moon, and there's nothing they can do, and the lieutenant is there, screaming like, "Oh, the engines are destroyed! What do we do, sir?" And then the admiral's there, and he like his little eye flap comes on, and it's like, "We die." And then they die, and they explode. Man, that is so cool. That is so cool when you have a bad guy who like goes, realizes that he's being beaten, and just that's one kick-ass line to say in the end. Oh man, fuck.
Stop spending your life on something useful. Go watch movies.
Sit your ass down on that couch
Yes.
and watch a film.